It is me, Scottie Mcclue, and we are, of course, live on YouTube just for you, dinky-doo. Friday night, nothing gets past me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lovely to have you with us, of course, and we're looking forward to a fantastic live stream tonight. Last night was just outstanding. You think unsurpassable. But who knows? I can tell you. Lovely to have you all with us already. And we got lots and lots of likes. And we're giving it the thumbs up as soon as we join. And we'll find out who's with us, of course, and get the chit-chat going. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And thank you for joining us. This is podcast number 25. Can you believe it? My goodness me. 25 podcasts already. We just started it as a bit of fun, and it's taken off right across the world. How amazing. Last night we did a bit of simulcasting. Very good. There's J-Dog. Dinky-doo, Scottie. How are you? How are you, J-Dog? Lovely to have you with us, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Excellent stuff. Lots of thumbs up, guys. Lots of likes right away. The first thing we do, of course, is like the stream, and then we can get on subscribing and doing all that sort of stuff. I'm on time, says the watery leaf. You are not ARF on time. Fantastic. Always lovely to have you with us. Whatever time you can join us. The wonderful Gordon Robertson. Hello, Gordon. Dinky-doo, and welcome to our Friday night live stream. Live on YouTube, just for you. Dance with your granny and your auntie. Ferry, says Stuart Clark. Absolutely, Stuart Clark. The Archie. The Archie has joined us, and he says, evening, Lord Mcclue, dinky-doo. J-Dog says, so early, Scottie, I've got to pop for Din-Din's lovely pesto seafood pasta again tonight. Au revoir. Au revoir, J-Dog. Lovely of you to join us. Have a wonderful seafood pasta. It sounds absolutely outstanding. And dinky-doo. What's the difference between a seafood pasta and a paella? There we are. Is the rice in the paella? Evening all. Evening to you, says the wonderful Jerry Nicol. Evening, Jerry. Gordon Robertson says, Bootsmon. There's a moose loose about the hoose. Dinky-doo, I think you mean hootsmon, but the predictive text will have beaten you to it. Xander Derek, hi Scottie. Hi Xander, lovely to have you with us. Can everyone like the stream? Guys, like, as soon as we come on. On time, says Fast Pat. Very, very good tonight, Fast Pat. Just like that, you are a flyer. Evening, Gordon, says Jerry Nicol. Tremendous. You guys are having a wee greeting with each other. We love that. Very, very important. Although I did say to the Dafties, if we had any Dafties joining us, if you're just going to have a conversation away and have it somewhere else. But not for you professionals. Dinky-doo, Scottie, says Robster Mary. Hello, Robster. Lovely to have you with us, Dinky-doo. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's well. What a fabulous day. Absolutely. Scottie, the video quality is looking bad for me. It's usually fine. It might be just me. I thought I'd mention. Anybody else having video problems? Do let me know. Hello, Jerry, says Fast Pat. Excellent stuff. So there are. What's wrong with the video? Xander, do spill. More likes, please, Guy. Everybody liking, like. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Very, very important. I'm just going to get everything back up. Aha, there's the chat. I've just seen the chat. How amazing is that? Fantastic. And what I'll do, I'll switch right away. It's a bit iffy, says Gordon. Ah, yes. But then, Gordon, everything's maybe always a bit iffy for you. You know, we don't get it exactly what you like. I don't know. Do tell everybody, spill. The video's fine, says the Archie. Fine here. Hi, Patrick, says Jerry. Dinky-doo. Jerry, how's your video? Evening, Sir Scottie MBE. Or it should be, says the wonderful John Jones. I thank you, John Jones. It's not as good as the other night, but better than it was before, says Gordon Robertson. Absolutely, Gordon. I follow your logic. So they are. But remember, it's never, ever going to be up to standard for you. Just a bit fuzzy, not too bad. I wonder if just maybe the lens is a bit mocket. 2 seconds. Is that any better? You know, I mean, it could be my face is a bit fuzzy. So there we are. It might just be that. I have a business proposition for Kareem, says Thomas Peden. Just a bit fuzzy, not too bad. Like the beard and moustache, Scotty, says Robster. I thank you, Robster. Very good of you. So there we are. It's not as good as the other night, says Gordon. Oh, the other night was outstanding. But then is it not as bad as the night before, Gordon? More likes, please, guys. As soon as you arrive, please like the stream. Like. Last night was just outstanding, by the way. Just to let you know, it was just outstanding. It was fantastic. Wonderful. Has everybody liked the stream, or are there more people coming on who haven't liked yet? See if we can go to the bottom left of the picture and you'll see a little thumbs up. And if you can click on that, that would be just brilliant. Thank you. I'm off work next week for birthday celebrations. Do you do anything particular on your birthday, Scotty? Well, no, I think this year my birthday occurs, occurs tomorrow, actually. Yes, now that I remember. So my birthday occurs tomorrow. So I don't think it'll be a day of great celebration, to be quite honest. Mrs. Mcclue might do a clootie dumpling, and she might put some silver threepennies in it. Anybody remember the silver threepennies and the clootie dumpling? Xander says, I'm off work next week. Oh, yes, for the birthday, yes. Do I do anything particular on my birthday? No, I think I'll just have a quiet day tomorrow, you know, that sort of thing. So there you are. That's me, 34, you see. I think Kareem and I should go into the biscuit business, custard Kareems. Oh, damn, Mcclue can fund it. Oh, damn. Well, maybe crowdfund it on here. You know, absolutely. A pound here, a pound there. You know how generous Kareem is with his pounds. Betty McIver says, yes. What is yes, Betty? Yes, the quality's fine. Is that what you're telling us, or just yes? Scotty, did you tap doors and run when you were a bairn? Well, what a relief. We were just working this out one day. And we used to call it ring, bang, scoosh. You rang the door and chapped the door and then ran away. And you actually went down to the bottom of the close and went, all that. Gordon Robertson, £4.99, happy birthday tomorrow. That is very, very kind of you, Gordon. Very kind and very generous. You know, but please don't be too generous or then I can't slag you off, you see. So, well, you can't slag Gordon off. Ach, no, we can always slag you off. You take the money back, you know. But that's very, very kind of you, Gordon. Thank you. Very, very good of you, and happy birthday. I will do it. I'm going to put this on to live chat, and because we've got everything here. Top chat replay. So what are we doing here? Who knows what's going on? For goodness sake. Your channel. There we are. Lovely, lovely. Your channel. More thumbs up and likes, please, as much as you possibly can. Thank you. Good evening, Scotty, says Anthony. Good evening, Anthony. The clootie dumpling, says Betty McIver. I'm always good for a slagging. I'm always good for a slagging, says the wonderful Gordon Robertson. Well, lovely man. Hello there, Uncle Scotty, says Gary Reid. Hello, Gary. Dinky Doo. Lovely to have you with us. I tried to send you £1 million, but the bank declined it. What a relief. What did I tell you? £1 million can only go in once a night. Fast Pat, £1.99. Fast Pat feeling generous tonight. Fast Pat, that is very, very kind of you. Dinky Doo. So there we are. You were very fast there, Pat, I'll tell you. My goodness me. Guys, I'll tell you a good laugh last night. I forgot about the stream. I forgot that we had the stream running for Facebook. So I took my cap off at the end and just sat and went, very, very funny. If I'm going to say, what are you all doing? Stop. Xander Derrick's put £5 in. Fast Pat's put in £1.99. I haven't been here in a long, long time. A good pizza's about time you were back. There we are. Hello, hello. Hope you're well, Fast Pat. Evening, Scotty. Footy on tonight. The footy. Could you imagine? I posted actually on Facebook. Imagine going to watch footy when Scottie Mcclue's on. How bad is that? What is the world coming to? My goodness me. There you are. You can have the two on. Oh, Scotty, I nearly said the S words. LMAO. Hi, Glenn. Oh, not the S word, for goodness sake. More likes, please, guys, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, we must get the subscribers up. I think we've got 2,160. We need that to be 20,000. So there we are. 20,000, 1,160. Is that you 21 again, says Betty McIver. 34 tomorrow, Betty. Scotty, I'm in the West Midlands, not Sheffield now, when you said goodnight to Sheffield. I'll let you know when I get back to Sheffield. Yeah, but we'll say goodnight to Sheffield anyway, Glenn, because we always say hello and goodnight to Sheffield. It's a beautiful town. The Seven Hills. We love it. What's the S word, says Gordon Robertson. The S word is shh. But don't say I've said it. So there we are. Anyway, it's been said now. That's it. For goodness sake, you're very, very generous with your pennies tonight, guys. Thank you. That was very, very good of you. Now, I'm just going to hit the live now here on the other device so we can see what's what. How's the video looking? Is it looking quite swish? Excellent stuff. That's us live now. And I could do a little bit of sharing. Not too much, but just a little bit of sharing. And we'll just let everybody know that we're live now. Wonderful stuff. I'll share it with our friends on Facebook because they didn't get a stream. Should we set up a separate stream for Facebook? Or, as Gordon would say, is the video a bit iffy? We don't want it iffy. Scotty, anyway, I'll never lose my roots, will I? No Sheffielder will ever lose their roots. And I've never, ever heard anybody put Sheffield down. Where are you from, Sheffield? Oh, that's a lovely part of the world. I've never, ever seen that. Do you know what I mean? I had it for Wolverhampton. A guy said he thought it was a terrible place, and he came from there. So that was that, Wolves. But I'm sure it's not. Anybody from Wolverhampton? More thunder, more lightning, says Sander Derek. Is that a sort of creative thing, or is that about the weather? There we are. The S words means shift, says Cheese Management. Shift. You know, somebody sits down beside you and goes, right, shift. Should I stay or should I go? Oh, Watery Leaf, you're a great man for the music. You should always stay. If I stay, will there be trouble? Watery Leaf, there's always trouble when you're watching Scottie Mcclue live on a live stream. Let's have it straight. But it's lovely to be with you. More likes, please, guys. I need 10. 10. Now, I know it's a big ask, but if you're watching right now, I'll bet you haven't all clicked thumbs up. The wee thumbs up at the bottom left. Is that right, guys? Bottom left of what you're watching. Plain as the nose on your face. Anthony Mac, happy birthday tomorrow, old boy. Have a fab day. Anthony, that's very, very kind of you. I wanted you and Mrs. Mac to get chips. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Very, very kind of you, Tony. Thank you. Appreciate it. So there you are. Naughty boy. Naughty boy's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy indeed. Right, come on, thumbs up. I need to walk my little Yorkie Millie back soon, says Fast Pat. Fast Pat, you take care out there. So it's a big world. Graham Brown drove through Ardrishig over the rest and be thankful today. Beautiful. Well, as you know, I was virtually brought up in Ardrishig. What a fine, fine part of the world. Scotty, do you remember me, says Scrub? It's Pop Snake. Pop Snake, of course. Dinky Doo, Scrub, and Pop Snake. That's what we like. More likes, please. Somebody hasn't liked. Graham, what were you doing? Where were you? So you drove through Ardrishig or to Ardrishig? Were you going to Tarbert or Campbelltown? What was happening? Spill. So there we are. Of course, we remember you. Pop Snake, more sharing, guys. There's got to be a lot more sharing on here. Can everybody share? Now, I mean with all your groups, your gamers and everything, right? Tell 11 to tell 11 to tell 12, says a good pizza. Yes, yes. And tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 100, 1,000. They say that because it's done automatic through computer, they don't issue bills manually. If I hadn't said anything, this is interesting. they would have charged me over the companies. What do you reckon? I'm just going to have a look back, see what all this is about. Oh, yes, Glenn Peacock in the Midlands, not in Sheffield, but from Sheffield, Frey Sheffield. So there we are. And he's telling us, Scottie, a certain marketing company who I subscribed to raised my bill. And if I had not noticed on my online account, they would have charged me. I managed to get £21 taken off. Guys, can I give you a tiny bit of advice? And I know you're used to being advised by Mcclue, and you think that's a lot of nonsense. Check everything thoroughly and phone them up and ask them nicely, could they please take off things like surcharges and stuff like that? Because very often there are messages on their answer phone saying, please do not worry during the coronavirus. We're working on a limited staff, and if you can't afford to pay today or pay the full amount, please pay what you can. But please do not worry. All that stuff. And then they hit you with a surcharge. Oh, you didn't pay in time. He said, you told me. You told me it was all right. I could pay you next week. That sort of stuff. So just keep your eyes and ears on, but always very, very nice to the companies, because it's not the fault of the little girl or the little guy at the end of the phone. Scottie, where can I get tartan paint? Oh, what a relief. There's a shop does, people quite often, there'll be a queue because they do verbal agreement stamps, and also they do the tartan paint. They do long stands, and do remember you might get a bucket of steam, and it might be blue steam thereafter, and they'll turn on the steam and it might be too white, so you'll have to wait. So you can get that. But a shop that does, look for a shop that does buckets of blue steam. So there you are. Because I know that my friend, when he was training as a steam engineer for steamship, I was driving to I was delivering to Campbellton from Glasgow. That's a long run, and you have to watch yourself that you don't get stopped in the way in some of these wee villages. Did you ever go to a scramble at a wedding? If they didn't throw money, they get heckled. Yes, Edinburgh, I think they call it a pour out or a pour out. There was a pour out after the wedding. I got sixpence. I fancied getting a Chinese takeaway tonight, says Tony. So there we are. The name of the takeaway was, but a little bit worrying. I won't say it, Tony, but very interesting. So there you are. Yes, wonderful stuff. Yes, you can't beat the old golden cockerel and all that stuff. R.I.P. Sir Ian Home. Xander, poor Sir Ian, lovely, lovely man, lovely actor. Do you remember him playing, was it J.M. Barrie? Peter Pan. That was Ian Holm, wasn't it? And was he also in The Borrowers? How are people able to send £5 and £2? It only allows me to send £1.99 and £4.99. Tam, please don't worry. You've been extremely generous. So if it won't let you send, don't give it another thought. If it was me, the $1.99 in office. Scottie, do you know what? I miss the pubs in cool banter with the family friends. Can't wait till they open up. I used to attend. I don't take a refreshment now, although I would probably still go and have a softie, because I used to attend a pub down in Sheffield, and or just outside Sheffield. And what wonderful nights we had in there. Yorkshire folk know how to enjoy themselves. Used to sit in the tap room and just banter. Scottie, about haggling and getting the right price. Aha. For you, isn't it? Why is this the case that if you don't speak up regarding these overcharges, the company doesn't notify you regarding the increase? No, but you will get notified if you pay under. Your bill is still outstanding. So say your bill's £150 and you sent them £125. You get all the reminders, you owe us £25. It's because of the computers. Computer generated, the bots do it. Because a human being wouldn't send that stuff out. Tampin, please don't give it a thought. What am I doing here? I'm trying to post. I am trying to share Can everybody share, please, for goodness sake? Wait a minute. What am I doing here? Share on a page. I'll share it to the big Scottie Mcclue page. That's always a winner. Everybody loves that. Oh, Scottie's on. Oh, I didn't know that. Very interesting, isn't it? Somebody had posted on social media, how do I speak to a human being at one of the big utility companies? And I thought, don't pay your bill and you'll have a human being on right away. Scottie, you know what? I miss the pubs. Yes, I know. So there we are. So why is it so different to buy a left-handed screwdriver these days? Because they tend to do the ratchet. And the ratchet's your latest one. Glenn, they will get away. Glenn, wait a minute. Sorry, Glenn, they will get away with what they can, says Xander. Absolutely, Xander. You're fine. Guys, more likes. Like. Do you like? How often does one have to say, can you click the wee thumbs up? That's all we're asking. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. About 10 of you are needing to click the like. Fantastic. I've never seen the likes of it. Oh, see what I just did there? Skyhooks was another good one. Yes, you can go and get a skyhook. Go down to Mrs. McDonald and ask them if you can get a skyhook. Scottie, I suppose it's because the company want to make more money, and if you're naive and don't check things, then it remains increased, so you just have to use your noggin. Yep. The Americans are very good. There's never any shame. I said to an American company, I said, hi, I said, I'm phoning from the UK. I said, I'm begging for a favor. He said, sir, there's never any need to beg. I says, it's just you seem to have overcharged me by £7.50. Yeah, that's fine, sir. We can remove. Please never think you have to beg. So there we are. Fantastic. There you are, the customer. Are the mumbling pants just for women in Yorkshire with drop bottoms? I need to lose some weight, says Tony. Tony, you're doing very well. I thought Mrs. Mack had you on a strict diet, the seafood diet. You know, when you see food, you eat it. That sort of stuff. But there we go. Evening, Scottie Dinky Doo. Great news. Waverley's got our funnels back on board for the first time since the 22nd of January. Boilers refit is going well and Waverley looking good. Have a look, folks, on the PSPS website. Now, guys, that's the Paddle Steamer Preservation Society. So can everybody check that out? Maybe not right this minute. And you'll see the beautiful Waverley that the wonderful Ian Quinn is talking about. Someone knocking on the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. More chance of being the polis than the lottery. You never know. It might be the lottery to say, you have won. You know, because I won the lottery, 4 weeks ago. It was brilliant. I think it was it £1.90 I won? It was fantastic, £1.90. Is the Waverley a train or a boat, says Xander? The Waverley's a boat called after Sir Walter Scott's Waverley novels because the London and North Eastern Railway Company, was it, used to call all their boats, well, before it became the London, it would be the North British Railway Company, called all their boats after Walter Scott's characters. So you had things like the Ivanhoe and the Lucy Ashton and the Waverley and the Jeannie Deans. And Waverley in 1947 replaced the first Waverley that was blown up at Dunkirk, rescuing men from the sea. So there you are, Xander, absolutely. Or another one they say is, sorry, I don't understand you, talking into something else. So yes, sir, madam, we can offer you a good deal. And oh, absolutely. More likes, please. Can everybody give us a like? If you're watching right now and you haven't liked the stream, please do so. There we are. We're doing very, very well tonight, guys. Lovely, 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 lovely feedback tonight. I'll just pop another re-mention. Just do some sharing if you can all do the same. I bet you'll all be away at that football because I checked the other night to see who had fled. And I thought, they'll be away watching that football. Watch the football and Scottie Mcclue, or record the football. Stay with Scottie Mcclue. Scottie, can you name the 5 presidents on Mount Rushmore? I would be guessing, Gary. George Washington will be one. Andrew Jackson will be another. Theodore Roosevelt, is he up there? Abraham Lincoln will be another one. That's 3. Who else have we got? Hang on a second. So George Washington, Andrew Jackson, Abraham Lincoln. Who have we got? Mount Rushmore. Who else have we got after that? There we go. Trump. No, it's not Trump. Thomas Jefferson, Glenn. Yes, Jefferson's 1. That's 4. How many have we got, did you say? Many have we got? 5. So we're 1. We're still 1 to go. So who had we got? Who was before Roosevelt? They'll be further back. Jefferson would be 1. I'm just trying to think who else have we got. Is McKinley too late? I don't know. We'll have to look. I certainly know it's not Trump. Trump is not on Mount Rushmore. Dixon, Jackson. Yes, we got him. Andrew Jackson. Xander Derrick. Yes, absolutely. Gary Reid shouting Dixon. No, Dixon was Doc Green. He was the policeman Saturday night. Anyway, he got his, Brown got his comeuppance, and he was put away for a very long time indeed. Good night, all. Do you remember it? Does anybody remember Dixon of Doc Green? Or are you all too young? Fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. So who else? We've got Andrew Jackson, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. Who else? I think McKinley would be too late, was he? Who else did we have? Is Lincoln definitely 1? Yes, so we're 1 short. If we've got Lincoln, Washington, Jefferson, who else did I say? Andrew Jackson, we're 1. We're looking for 1 more president on Mount Rushmore. Is that the barley water? It is. I'll tell you what it is, Waterleaf, just in case you panic. It's lemon juice. It's actually lemon juice with just a tiny splash of orange in it. Anthony Mank says, it was good to hear Twitter have blocked and he mentioned someday. Do you think they should do the same? Anthony, we'll not go into that because I don't really think that's our bag on here, if you see what I mean. Because that can cause quite a stoogie. There's only 4 on Mount Rushmore. I just checked. All right, have we got them all? Would that be Washington, Jackson, Lincoln, and Jefferson? Yes? Something like that. Guys, more likes, please. Like. There's only 4 presidents on Mount Rushmore. Who are the statues in George Square? Anybody know? And who's on the pillar in George Square? I think it's Sir Walter Scott. Am I right? On Google it says there's only 4. You got them all, Xander. Excellent, Xander. Well done. Yes, McClue's not just a pretty face and an athlete, you know. Oh, no. Lovely to have you with us, guys. If you've just joined us, a very warm welcome. You're looking at Scottie Mcclue, the world's top broadcaster, the first lord of the internet, and the world's most humble man. So there you are. Fantastic. Everybody's been terribly generous tonight. Fair enough, Scottie. No, not at all, Tony. You see, you're at a side of broadcasting at the moment that, you won't have covered what we can discuss and what we can't on a talk show. Now, I'm not saying we can't discuss them, but you could probably discuss them maybe more on one of the big stations. That sort of idea. Is Buns in George Square? Buns, I think Xander is in George Square. Who else is in George Square? And who's on the big pillar? Is that Walter Scott? Have I got that right? Chris Wilmot. Good evening, Scottie. Good evening, the wonderful Chris Wilmot. Lovely to have you with us. Welcome. Hi, says Alexandra. Alexandra Dinky Doo. Welcome. Good evening, Scottie and everyone, says the wonderful Catherine Raven. Catherine, lovely to have you with us. Welcome. Has everybody liked the stream? Has everybody subscribed? Very important, guys. Scottie, did you ever go to the CB Roger Dodger, come back 10-4 over. So there we are. No, I didn't actually. I wasn't a big CB man. I was on the radio working when the CB was very big. Big hello to the wonderful Mr. and Mrs. Mac, says the wonderful Catherine Raven. Absolutely. There you are. Thank you, Scotty, says Catherine. Not at all. Thank you. Lovely to have you with us. Have you seen when cities, i.e. Sheffield and Birmingham, have famous names and a star on the ground? Also, Blackpool is a big list on the ground. Does Scotland have a star on the ground list? No, I don't think we go in for that. Now, am I not right in thinking there are some big names on some paving stones in Edinburgh? Do let me know, guys, but no, I don't think we go into that. Watery Leaf says to me, more likes, guys, please, like. Scotty, you mentioned you had been in the Sheep's Head in Duddingston the other night. No, I wasn't in the other night. Did you know Tom Weir did a programme from Duddingston Village? Yes. And have you looked up the minister of the Canongate skating on the loch? I knew one of the ministers of the Canongate who'd been there since 1936. And I knew him very well in the 70s. There we go. Sending love to Catherine Raven, says Tony. Excellent, Tony. Top man. So they were very good of you. Tris Wilmot says, Scotty, I was reading in a few of the papers today that Scotland may be reopened to tourists on the 15th of July. Do you believe that this is a tad early? It's a very difficult one because people really are struggling. But if the virus is as dangerous as we know it is, because we've seen it kill people, then I think we have to just be very cautious in our behavior. I mean, there was a couple of idiots on social media last night slagging off the Scottish government. These idiots, now the Scottish government has done a wonderful, wonderful job of keeping people alive. There are nearly 6 million people in Scotland. So there we are. There you are. Tony Mac sends love to Catherine Raven. Xander says in George Square, you've got Robert Burns, James Watt. We love James Watt, a good Greenock man. And Rab, of course, a good Ayr man. And a Dumfries man as well. Let's not forget it, Ellisland, Dumfries. Sir Robert Peel, the guy that invented the polis, the pillars, and Sir Walter Scott. Excellent. Now, is Sir Walter on the big column in the middle of George Square? Is that the Scott Monument, Glasgow? Tom Weir and his wife was a writer. I think her name was Molly Weir. No, that was Tom Weir's sister. Molly, Shoes for Sunday. She used to come in the telly, Molly Weir. She was lovely. Tom Weir and Molly was his sister. So there you are. Yes, Molly Weir. Thanks, Tony. Much love to you both. Does anybody remember Molly Weir? And do you remember Lavinia Derwent that used to tell a wee story about Tammy Troot? I think that was Lavinia. There we are. Was it Mr. Gardner from the Canongate Kirk in the 1970s? I knew him too as I went to school opposite the Canongate Manse. That would be Reed's Court. So there you are, Watery Leaf. Reed's Court was the Canongate Manse. It had been the original one, and Ronnie had got it back for the Kirk. No, Mr. Robertson was the minister after Ronnie Selby Wright. So there we are. Yes, Charles Robertson, a very fine man. Excellent. Sorry, my mistake, says Gary Reid. And the skating minister on Duddingston Loch. And you'll see the picture in the National Gallery. Watery Leaf, if you're a National Gallery man. You'll see the picture of the Reverend Robert Walker skating on Duddingston Loch. Lovely, lovely picture. And as I say, the original's in the gallery. He was the minister of the Canongate Kirk in the late 1700s, I think, that picture. I think it's a Rayburn. I think it might be a Henry Rayburn. Sorry, my mistake, says Gary. Not at all, Gary. Yes, Scotty, Scots on the big pillar. It was constructed in 1837. Now, that might have been for the coronation of Queen Victoria, Xander. I think Tom Weir's statues in Balmaha are around about that area in Loch Lomond. It'll be Balmaha or where else in Loch Lomond might it be? Might be Balloch. I think it is Balmaha. Tom Weir, I can remember everybody collecting for a statue. There was a big campaign to have a statue to Tom Weir. Wonderful. We love it. Charles Robertson, yes, I know him from the school days. Absolutely what relief. So you'd be opposite a big Georgian house, Reed's Court. And if you look in there, you'll see to the left of you, up on the upside, there's a building. And to the right, there's a very old building, which when I knew it was called Russell House. So there you are, Russell House. The Reverend James Curry from Dunlop was some man, very popular, great friend of mine, Betty, Jimmy Curry. And Jimmy Curry had been to Keele School. And my uncle went to Keele School. Two of my uncles went to Keele School. And I was supposed to have gone to Keele School in Dumbarton. And this is amazing. My uncle hadn't seen Jimmy since his school days. And he said to me, watch, I'll have a laugh. He'll never guess who I am. And Jimmy was talking to somebody, and then he turned round to my uncle, and without a second's hesitation, he went, hello, Bill. How lovely to see you. How are you keeping? As I'm no longer on Facebook, it's fantastic. I can now access this brilliant show on the YouTube live, as I was a big fan of the Facebook live shows. Whoever has McClue has the market. Chris Wilmot, I love doing Facebook Live, but there was a limit to how big I could build it. You know, you see, that's the thing, because you don't know if everybody's getting to see it. Sometimes I've spoken to people and they've said, well, I've never seen that. You know, so you think, is this getting shown to everyone? You know, that's the sort of idea. So I don't know, because you might be part of an algorithm. And it just depends, because when I used to pop up, thousands used to join me. One of them, there's about 30,000 on it. And now it's just a few hundred. And when you go to the stream, it just says, you know, maybe 480 people are online at the moment. Now, there must be a lot more than that, but that's what I'm getting shown. You see, so there we are. Jimmy Curry, lovely man from Arran, Drumadoon Farm in Arran. And he was for many years a very popular minister of St. James's in Pollock. St. James Church in Pollock. So there you are. More likes, please, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone who has tapped the dollar bill and wished me a happy birthday. Very kind of you. Right, what do we got here? Let me check that I've got this on the right one. Look at you all with your pennies. Very, very kind of you. I've changed Top Chat to Live Chat, and we'll be able to see everything on there, big style. Anyway, I'm away, Scotty, to play some guitar. Take care, sir. Gary Reid, good luck with your guitar. Please don't fret, because I know sometimes when you're playing, you can be quite highly strung. See what I'm doing here? And, you know, look at the music for the Da Capo. Oh, there we are. So anyway, lovely, lovely stuff. But have a great time with your sound box there. You'll be tremendous. Wonderful. When it comes to COVID, Scotty, and the lockdown slacking, we're all surely sensible to know what's the right way. Let's hope July brings good weather for tourism. Yes, and we don't want to spoil all the hard work we've done. We've been in for 12 weeks. Happy birthday, Scotty. Many happy returns. Catherine Raven, it's not till tomorrow. I'm 34 tomorrow. Very good, Scotty. Struck a chord there. I did it. You know, we're all in tune with each other on here, I say. So just strum along, the whole lot of you. Fantastic. Wonderful stuff. And, you know, let's get tuned up. Lol, says Catherine Raven. Dinky-doo, Catherine. Lovely, lovely to have you with us. And a very warm welcome. More likes, please, guys. I need another 10 likes. You've many strings to your bow, says Betty McIver. Oh, Betty, have we not just, And there's many a good tune played on an old fiddle, Betty. I'll tell you that. You look amazing for 34, Scotty, I must say. I am pretty good for 34. So there we are. Paul, there might be a wee bit of VAT added to that. Paul, what was his first name, the guy on first? Young, his Paul. Young, yes. So there we go. Yes, Paul Young. Paul was his first name, says Jerry Nichol. So there we are. Who are we talking about? Yes, who are you talking about? Tell us more, Jerry. Welcome. If you've just joined us, welcome to Scottie Mcclue's live YouTube. We're streaming live on YouTube just for you at Scottie Mcclue's YouTube channel. There we are. Excellent stuff. Welcome. Please tell everybody about this. Spread the word around the internet because we want to grow the show. There's a hashtag, guys. Scottie Mcclue, grow the show. This is the most inclusive club in the world, and you can't beat it. The best entertainment around, bar none. Chris Wilmot, that is so kind of you. Thank you. I think it's excellent. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you guys, because this has been the go-to place during lockdown. That's what I wanted to see. And people are starting to gather. They're getting the message. So you're not getting people going, what's that? So Scott McLean, YouTube, what's that? So yes, we are the most inclusive club in the world. Wonderful Ian Quinn says that Jack Warner played Dixon. Jack was a fine man. When the Waverley first went to London in 1978, Jack welcomed everyone with Evening All at London Pier. Is that not fabulous? Because I think Jack Warner, did you ever see him as the father in Carve Her Name with Pride? He went to get the medal at the end. Carve Her Name with Pride. Is the Scottish actor Paul Young? Yes, wonderful actor. There we are. Scotty, you used to say you were knitted. I did, Betty. People would say, when were you born? So I wasn't born, I was knitted. My grandmother knitted me. I've never had a birthday. So there we are. Well, it was easier, Betty, than explaining to people what age you are, Fishing on STV, yes. Paul Young, I'm trying to sober up. Married to Sheila, yes, the ex-Radio Clyde DJ. Sheila used to read the news on Radio Clyde, Sheila Duffy and Paul Young. And Paul Young's mother was the agent, Freddie Young, and his father, John Young, lovely man, was the minister in Take the High Road. Now, what was the character's name? What was the name of the minister? Was it Mr.? Oh, I can't remember. I think it might have been a Mac name, Mr. McDonald or something. Can't remember. The minister in Take the High Road, and a very distinguished man, and that was John Young, lovely man. And John was Paul's father. So there we are. Fantastic. Right. What have we got here? I'm not heard you say you were knitted for ages. She must have used a lot of wool. Thank you, Catherine Raven. Yes. And she would have used double knit. And she would have used a pair of 10s or maybe 8s. Do knitting needles get bigger as the numbers go down? Or 8's quite big? Clack, clack, clackety, clack. Mrs. Mac's boss. Yes. Xander says, Mrs. Mac, brilliant part as well, Gwyneth Guthrie. To still do NRS. No, Xander, they wanted love tunes in the evening. So there you are. So they put on love tunes, and that was that. So good luck with that, I say. But who knows? We might be back. Never say never. There we are. If you've just joined us, a very warm welcome, folks. You're watching Scottie Mcclue, the world's top broadcaster, the first lord of the internet, the world's most humble man, saying dinky do to all of you. People are watching the football. I know they are. They're sloping off. Glenn Peacock, Tottenham leading. Manchester United 1-0. There's your score. We've got a sports program going, guys. Listen to Tony Mac for songs. He's amazing. I'm sure he's amazing, Catherine. I've listened to Tony. I tutored Tony one day, I think. Was that right, Tony? Yes, you and I met when I did a wee lecture. Their loss, Xander. Yes, I have to agree, Xander, but you see, it takes people a wee while to realise, that their good fortune might be associated with Scottie Mcclue. So there we go, fantastic. Yes, Catherine, we have listened to Tony. Very good for songs. Top man is our Tony. Fantastic. If you've just joined us, a very warm welcome. We're live streaming on YouTube. We're only here till 10 o'clock. So there we are. Everybody's commenting on the link. Scottie, have you got a job in London? Would you move down there or commute back and forward? Like Lorraine Kelly says, Watery Leaf. Well, there we are. I've worked with Lorraine. I met Lorraine at ToThe Radio in London, and that would be about 25 years ago. Very, very nice lady. So there you are. Yes, I don't know. I mean, I've done a show. I relieved James Whale one night on ToThe Radio. There we are. Wonderful stuff. And the programmer came in afterwards and said, you should be on national radio all the time. That was outstanding. And then the programmer moved on to something else. So that's what happens, you see. Hello, Scottie, says Brian Gregory. Hello, Brian. Lovely to have you with us. Welcome, and dinky do, I say. Scottie, who was the guy who narrated on ToThe News? By the way, happy birthday. Is it tomorrow? Tomorrow, Jerry? Yes, the 20th. Excellent stuff. ToThe News. Now, who would that be? I'm just trying to think. The BBC had Alva Liddell. BBC Radio News, this is Alva Liddell reading it. That's the stuff. You built the number on every radio station you worked on, says Betty. We have, Betty. We built them right up, massive, massive, massive. Absolutely huge. And when you see the chart, you think to yourself, wow. It really is it's quite impressive. Although I say it myself, I was impressed because I didn't know anything about it. Because when you're doing radio, you don't know who's listening. So there we are. So ToThe News, I'm trying to think who the voice for ToThe would be. I also remember, do you remember the voice for Take Your Pick, Bob Danvers Walker? Now here to describe the prizes, Michael Miles used to go, now here to describe the prizes, Bob Danvers Walker. And there's a thank you, Michael. Our prizes tonight. You're a great radio tutor. I've learned a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Tony. We like to see if we can bring on the next generation because Mcclue will not be here forever, as they say. And I've just completed 36 years this week of professional broadcasting on television and radio. 36 years. They say in the media, if you don't make it by the time you're 90, you're going to miss the boat. So I don't want that. We don't want that, Tony. Scottie Mcclue has to get through, I say. There were more likes, please, guys. I need another 5 likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know who's away at that football, I can tell. Jack Warner also had a brief part in The Lady Killers with Alex Guinness and dear Katie Johnson as Mrs. Wilberforce. Now, The Lady Killers, was that when they all got clobbered? They clobbered each other. Herbert Lom was in it, Alec Guinness, and the old lady went to the police station at the end. Was Jack in that bit? Do tell. Wonderful. Oh, tonight's movie quiz, guys. Movie quiz tonight. I had a question for you. In what movie was the call sign Broadsword Calling Danny Boy? Broadsword Calling Danny Boy. The actor had a beautiful, beautiful voice. Broadsword Calling Danny Boy. What movie is that in? Do spill. Yes, Jack Warner, fantastic. Great actor, but he must have been, could he have been doing Dixon when he was in his 70s? Is that possible, Ian? I'm back, Scottie, says the wonderful J-Dog. J-Dog Gaming, welcome back. Some people sloped off to watch football. Shocking. John Wick, says Xander Derrick. Yes, what was John Wick? What was that one, Xander? Scottie, there's also a comedy institution wall in Liverpool called the Florence Comedy Institute. What relates to all the fabulous Northwest comedians? I watched that on a program the other night. I saw Stan Boardman joined us for a broadcast this morning. Wonderful comedian. Funny, funny man. So there we are. Love all these guys. The Liverpool comedians, brilliant. I think Danny Boy was originally called the Londonderry Air. Yes. Well, the Londonderry Air, it might have been Danny Boy first. Or Danny Boy, the pipes are calling. And then maybe later became the Londonderry Air, because I know it's in CH3. So CH3 it was in. And I'm sure you can sing things like there's Brother James's Air. I'm just wondering about the connection. Check that out for me, Tony. Where Eagles dare, says BM2018. BM2018, you're 100% correct. When they land parachuted into the snow and they get the radio out and then they go broadsword calling Danny Boy. There we are. And who are they trying to get through to? Right? Who are they trying to get? Who is Richard Burton trying to get through to? What's he? He's Major. Is he Major Muller? And he's trying to get through to somebody. Yes, Where Eagles Dare, one of my favourite films. I was watching it, and you know the movie so well. And I'm on the edge of my chair when they're climbing on the top of the cabins going up to the castle. Oh. Scotty, if I want to be an actor, who should I pester? River City and offer to make the tea so I get my foot in the door. You can always try these things, but they'll have people making the tea. If you want to be an actor on River City, then you'd be better speaking to the casting people for River City and see if they've got anything that would be suitable for you. So there we are, a wee part. Getting your foot in the door is playing a small part, you see. And then eventually they might even give you a line to say. Tony, he taught you well. You're a superb radio presenter. Your guests are always so happy. And that's down to you. There you go, Tony. Praise indeed from the wonderful Catherine Raven. She knows you well, you see, and so do I. Kareem, where you at St. Andrews, says Jerry. Oh, we'll not draw him on that, Jerry. The programme I watched, the actor used to say, my arse and Anthony put the kettle on. I think you know who I'm related to, don't you, Scotty? Glenn Peacock. It sounds to me like the Royal, R-O-Y-L-E family. Ricky Tomlinson, wonderful actor, fantastic. And he played, was it Jim Royal? Peter Sellers, Cecil Parker, Herbert Lom, also in The Lady Killers, yes. And was that the one they all clobbered each other, The Lady Killers? Because there's also Kind Hearts and Coronets, is it not of a similar vintage? And I think Alec Guinness is in that. And what else have we got around that time? There's a lot of very good stuff. Another great actor I loved very much was Wilfred Hyde White, Willie Hyde White. Kenneth Moore, another favourite of mine. Hi, Jerry. No, I was dealing with my neighbour's cavity insulation report. Lol, boring stuff. Scotty, for your information, there's one VHS copy of An Audience with Scottie Mcclue available on Amazon for £15. I might buy it. So there you are. Fantastic. A VHS copy of Scottie Mcclue. Well, they're very rare because I'll tell you, see, when it was really going boomtown, we sold thousands and thousands of them. Can't remember what it was priced at, £13.50 or something, because videos were quite dear at the time. Same price as a DVD, a good DVD. And it was really hot stuff, the Scottie Mcclue video. I know that because I turned up for the signings and they were mobbed. Quite humbling, quite humbling. And I phoned a store just to see if they were stocking it. And the guy said, yes, can I help you? I said, do you by any chance still have a copy of An Audience with Scottie Mcclue? I wanted it for Sunday anyway. Yes, I've got one. He said, but I would suggest if you want it, you take it now because these just disappear. He said, they're going like hotcakes down here. I said, right, thanks. And I took it. I bought my own video so I could give it to somebody as a present. Great TV comedies. There's Tam Pidden Dinky Doo. Tam, did you slope off and watch football, you wee rascal? Hello, Tam and everyone. What have I missed? Kareem, welcome. You've missed a fabulous show. Although I'm saying to myself, all these lovely people, Kareem, clever people, including your good self. Wow, there you're on Amazon, Scotty. Yes, Catherine, yes, it was absolutely huge. The other one was, I don't know if you can still get a copy of the best of Scottie Mcclue on CD. So there we are. See if you can get that one. Scotty, when we in Manchester, did you ever visit the Cobbles? Oh, what a relief. We visited all round Manchester. So there you are. I was only minutes. I was in Media City in Salford, which was the old docks. I can remember going down when it was very, very, very dark and very sort of not in a great state, say around about maybe 1980, 1985. Manchester was like Glasgow. It was needing a facelift. Now it's absolutely boom town. You know, I mean, it's huge. Media City. I still have a VHS TV. I might buy it, says Catherine Raven. If you can get one, Catherine. English composer Fred Weatherly wrote Danny Boy in 1913, which was set to the Londonderry air. There you go, Tony. You were right. Absolutely. Fred Weatherly. Fred Weatherly did these wonderful songs like The Holy City. That's a Fred Weatherly. Kenneth McKellar sang it quite beautifully. You'll have to hurry. It's in my basket. Last year, somebody sent me a screen grab of saying only one left, Scottie Mcclue's CD, and a lady who watches regularly bought it right away. She said, I'm going to phone them and buy it. Oh, I'll have to search for these things. Oh, Catherine, huge. Do you keep in touch with Wee Fat Bob, says Graham Brown. Graham, I haven't seen Wee Fat Bob since Scott FM. There you are, haven't a clue where the wee soul is. The CD is not available, unfortunately, so it's gone. No, the last one got sold. There you are. Londonderry is not a place, says Tam Pidden. It depends on your point of view, Tam Pidden. Other people would say Derry is not a place, you see? So I would say there is both Derry and Londonderry, depending on where you come from and your point of view. So there we are. So there you go, Tam. That's it. You've got to see everybody's point of view. Just a flying visit, I'm afraid, tonight, Scotty. I'm up for work at 4:30 in the morning. So the wonderful Chris Wilmot. Thanks for another great show. Thank you for another great show. Love to everyone and have a wonderful birthday tomorrow. Dinky do. Chris Wilmot, I thank you, you top man. Please get a lovely sleep, and because you're up in, what are you up in? 8 hours. Good. Get the full 8 hours. Lovely, lovely. Glenn Peacock, $14.99 on the video. I paid £1 for it in a charity shop. It was $14.99. There's only one left, says Glenn Peacock. Yep, not many left. Xander, buy it and send it to me, says Catherine Raven. She's wanting a copy of the video. I've just received a fine from the police in Manchester. No going back in case they jail me. £100 paid, went through a red light. So there you are. I tell you. It's the only place where the first 6 letters are silent. I remember being accused of going through a red light, Jerry, and I didn't. I knew I didn't. And I went to court on it, and it was taken down. Scotty, can you mind signing my video cover in Edinburgh? You wrote, P.S., you're a numpty. I think you told me to write, you're a numpty on it, because the numpty used to phone all the time. Scotty, what are we talking about tonight? I feel lost. Kareem, we're talking about everything tonight. We've talked about Mount Rushmore, how many presidents were there on Mount Rushmore. We've talked about the Scottie Mcclue video, which came out 25 years ago, I think. It would be 25 years, or maybe 24 years, and it's sold like hotcakes. We're talking about the CD, The Best of Scottie Mcclue. So there we are. That went out. I think I've got a video somewhere. Check eBay for the great Scottie Mcclue VHS tape. Kareem, I'm lost. Just go with it, says Catherine Raven. Absolutely. We've had the wonderful Ian Quinn keeping us up to date with Scottish history and the Waverley. More likes. What are we doing? Like, and share. I must do some more sharing. What's happening here, guys? You're a distraction, the whole lot of you. I would have had this shared if I wasn't busy interacting. Fantastic. This is a lovely stream, by the way. I just want to thank you all for joining us because it makes something very, very special indeed. It's huge, huge, absolutely huge. Right, I'm going to share again. We've shared on everything, haven't we? No, we haven't. We'll share a bit more. There we are. Why not? For goodness sake. Did you say years ago your father played the fiddle up in Dundee? Says Betty McIver. He was a mod medalist, Betty. My father was a mod medalist, and he was a great Scottish fiddle player. More likes, please, guys. I need another half dozen. Right away. Like. Hope you're well, Kareem, says Catherine Raven. The CD is available on eBay, £7.99 plus £1.50 post and package. Is this somebody saying, does it say used? So it can't be brand new. I did tell you to write it in your memories, bro. Water relief, yes. I did tell you to write it in your memories, bro. I remember you. You came up, lovely guy. And you said to Scottie, big fan, can you put on your unumpty? And I wrote it down in copper plate writing. £7.04, free post on eBay. Second hand, Glenn. Thanks, Barry, I shall do dinky do, says Catherine Raven. Dinky do, Catherine. No problem, hope you get a copy, says the Barry. Well, I paid the money, was visiting this January, and well, I didn't fancy going to the cells at Weatherfield. Help my Bob. No, if you feel that you didn't have a comeback, Jerry, go with the flow. So there you are. Can you tell me what's on the CD before I bite, Scottie? You'll see it, Glenn Peacock. Quite a few of the calls, but you can now probably get them on the YouTube channel. So it's just if you fancied the CD. I'm playing the fiddle up in Dundee tonight as well. Captain Courageous, I'll tell you, Dundee has a superb Reel and Strath Space Society. Wonderful. I've heard them at the Caird Hall. Does anybody remember James Urquhart, the tenor? Wonderful singing voice, Jimmy Urquhart. So there we are. Scottie, have you written a book in your memoirs? No. People are saying I should, but I think, do I have enough memoirs? That's the stuff. Captain, are you on the fiddle? Has anybody seen Captain Corelli's mandolin? He was in here asking for it earlier. So I would buy you. Yes, I think they'll just be second-hand ones you get now on the internet. Fantastic stuff. Where's Tam? Has Tam sloped off to watch football? Tam, are you away watching football? So there you are. So there we are. Thomas! I notice they're dipping in and out, these guys. We ever play the clip with the bad mother and our 3 wee bees? Whoa, what a relief. So there we are. We don't want to put people off, Scottie. So there we are. We might play it. We might play it at some point. We will play a clip tonight. My goodness me, we've been on for an hour. Seems like 2 minutes. Tamya Bam, a lifetime ban, says Catherine. Nothing beats a good fiddle, says Captain Courageous. Captain Contagious, sorry, Captain Courageous. Captain Corelli. I was thinking, Captain Corelli. There we are. Yes, you can't beat. My father's a beautiful Scottish violinist. So there you are, a great man, lovely man, very nice man. Lovely to have known him, privilege. You're very lucky. Ooh, that's lush. Should we get them to join us on Facebook? Time flies when you're having fun. So there you are. Excellent. Do you want to see if we can get them joining us on Facebook? Does somebody want Skype? There we are. We could maybe Skype tonight, could we? Get a call going. I said, Catherine Raven, you should Skype me. Let's see what's going on here. I'll set up the Skype and see. This is fantastic, guys. Right. If you've just joined us worldwide, you're watching Scottie Mcclue. We're live streaming on YouTube just for you. Scottie, any suggestions about Fort William for a wee visit? Well, Kareem, Fort William's lovely. It depends how you go. You can go up over the Ballachulish Bridge. That's a lovely, lovely run. Up to Ballachulish. What you could do there, Kareem, is you can go up to Crianlarich, and you could go that way and up to Oban, or you could go up past the Ardlui and go away up through Bridge of Orchy. Get that way. Morven is lovely. There's not much to see in the Morven Peninsula, but it's very interesting to see a bit of Scotland where there isn't much. The scenery is beautiful, and the road is lovely, and you can get to Loch Allen, and you can get a ferry to Mull at Fishnish, but I don't know what's running at the moment with the lockdown and everything like that. So there you are. Why does it keep asking me to sign in? Wonderful stuff. Shall I put the Skype on? Maybe get a Skype call. Maybe Water Leaf fancies a wee chat. I wish I had Skype. I'll get it downloaded for another time. Yes, I think it's all free. Barry Norman, Scottie, and he mentions a Big Baker's is now open. Will there be a queue of fatties in the main streets? Oh, you never know. You can't beat a McClue's vegetarian lettuce slice in a rich chicken sauce. You're welcome, Tony. Just being truthful. Catherine's a big Tony fan, so am I. Welly Song says, is Scottie Mcclue to be in the next season of Outlander? I was working. I got asked to be in Outlander. Well, I got asked to do some work through an agent, and I was assuming it was for Outlander. And I was working at the time, and also I got asked to do a show at the Edinburgh Festival. Not now, obviously. And I was working, always working. Kareem, Fort William's excellent for a long weekend. Take a trip on a steam train to Mallaig. There we are, famous. It features in Harry Potter. So you'd be going over the viaduct, wouldn't you? The Glenfinnan Viaduct. Is that right? Am I right, folks? There we are. Ian Quinn, we need your input here. Ian, it looks beautiful. Thank you, Scottie. I'll maybe go at the end of July where it'll be more relaxed. I'll go up with the dogs. They are Fort William's, absolutely gorgeous. And you've got Ben Nevis going up behind it now. Ian Quinn will back me up. In the summer, McBrains used to sail to Fort William. So you can either get a bus to Fort William, and the roads are pretty. The roads around Rockness are they're not for the faint-hearted. If you've got a coach passing a logging lorry or another coach, you can feel the wind whistle because you've got rock on one side and water on the other, as the driver told me. Thank you, Scottie. Excellent stuff. Ian, it looks beautiful. Ian Quinn, tell me this. Was it the King George V or the Loch Fyne used to go to Fort William? They took the Loch Fyne off the Ardrishig Run, I'm sure, in the summer, and sent her up to Fort William. And I think near the end of the Ardrishig Run, the 9:30 from Gourock, they had the Loch Nevis on. And then I think when Calmac got together, they sent one of the maids round. Now, I loved the maids, but I felt they were quite low in the water. The Maid of Argyll, the Maid of Ashton, the Maid of Skelmerley, and don't tell me, the Maid of Argyll, the Maid of Ashton, the Maid of Skelmerley. And there was one more. And I'm sure it was the Maid of Ashton they converted to a car ferry. Maid of Ashton, the Maid of Argyll, the Maid of Skelmerley, and the Maid of, don't tell me. It'll have to come back to me. Was there not 4 maids? So there we are. Ian, it looks beautiful. Many lochs are in Scotland, says Sandra Derrick. Sea lochs or inland lochs? We could certainly run through a few. Enjoying some fine British ales here in Amsterdam. Early Father's Day present. Great to do listening. Your show's great stuff. Life is good. Captain Contagious. You are sitting watching Scottie Mcclue in Amsterdam. I love it. Viltje and cup of tea hebben. Ian, it sounds nice. I've been in Malig, 1979, visiting Loch Eel, and I've got cousins in Cool, says Jerry. Wonderful. Do you remember the Loch Eel, Ian? Was it not the Loch Eel that sank at West Loch Tarbert Pier? The A82 Loch Lomond Road up to Tarbert can be very scary, very tight and bendy road. I've drove on it. Is that to Tarbert or to Tarbet, Tony? Tarbet is where the road splits at Loch Lomond. Tarbert, you would need to go on to Inverary, to Ardrishig, and then another 11 miles to Tarbert. So there you are. And there's also Tarbert, Harris. I think the word Tarbert means an inlet or a harbour, something like that. Maid of the Loch at Balloch, says Graham Brown. Yes. Yes, the Maid of the Loch, and apparently she's in steam. So she fires up. Fantastic. Scottie, have you been to Loch Morar? There's supposed to be a monster like Nessie, the sands of Morar. Morar is very, very beautiful. I don't think I actually went to Loch Morar, but I've seen it. And we had a guy who used to listen to the Ceilidh, and I would play his stuff. It's definitely Tarbet. Good, Anthony, because you said Tarbert. And I thought, I think he means Tarbet. You can't beat the Waverley Oban to Fort William cruise, followed by a steam train to Malig. To do so is a must. Now, Ian, let me take you back to the older days. The one that went on fire in Oban, was that the Gondolier or the Chevalier? And did Oban not do a Fort William run? In those days, McBrain's did one. So what you could do, you could get the Columba from Glasgow Bridge Wharf at 7:11 in the morning, the old Columba, the 1878 one, till 1936, and you could get her to Ardrishig for 1 o'clock. You then got the Linnet, which I think was McBrain's wee passenger boat, through the Crinan Canal, and then at Crinan Harbour, you could get a boat for Oban. What about that? Yes, definitely Tarbet, so it's at Loch Lomond side. Lake of Menteith, the only lake in Scotland. Yes, Ian Quinn. Now, what's the story behind it? Yes, that's what we need to know. There is only one lake in Scotland, because a lot of people come up from the south, from London stuff, they go, oh, what a beautiful lake. You think this is a loch, and they say, a loch, because it's very difficult for a southerner to say loch, to do the there we are. What's your Skype information, Scottie, so people can Skype you tonight? Scottie.Mcclue. Oh, I was going to get into that. Let's see, we're not on it. Steady the buffs. There we are. Let's get on it, I say. Right, I have to sign in, you see. This doesn't trust me. The tablet doesn't trust me. Are you a bot? It asks me. Crazy stuff, isn't it? Wonderful. More likes, please, guys. Scottie, what about the Isle of Arran? Is it worth a visit? Oh, Kareem. The Isle of Arran is outstanding. It's huge. You'll be surprised at just how big it is. I mean, the bus could take a good long while. The highest mountain is Goat Fell. And I think it would be the Glasgow and South Western Railway that used to do the steamships, Ian Quinn, the Glen Rosa and things like that. And then the Glen Sannox, built at Ailsa Shipbuilding in 1957. I knew the captain of the Glen Sannox, Captain Hutchison. That's a must, Kareem, the Isle of Arran, beautiful. And what have you got in Arran? You've got Loch Ranza, and you've got Whiting Bay, and you've got Corrie, and you've got it's fantastic. You've got Brodick, of course, where the boat goes into Brodick Castle. Lovely day out there, where the Montroses and the Hamiltons married. Scotty, can you camp for free as the Doug needs a holiday? I believe National Trust sites are free to the public. What relief? We'd need to check that. Ian Quinn would be your man for that. I agree. Arran is beautiful. Oh, it's just lovely. I think I'm too late now, but the property prices in Arran used to be superb, very reasonable, lovely, lovely places. But of course, you need to work. So getting work. But if you could work from home. Made it. How do you do? Grady Beckel, welcome. Lovely, lovely to have you with us. And you're bringing so much joy to the stream, Grady, as is everyone else. Just fantastic. Lovely to have you with us. Kareem, Arran is a must. Absolutely wonderful. Wee island, Ian's calling it. I would have said it's huge. Much going for it. Great when the Waverley's about Arran. Very photographed. Now, what used to go to Arran, Ian? Did the Montrose go to Arran, the Duchess of Montrose? So there we are, because I can remember playing a game one night when we were all camping when we were kids. And you know, in the tent, you've obviously not got a radio or telly, so you play games. So we were playing games, and we decided to have a game of peers. So people were going, Dunoon, Rossi, Inallen, Whiting Bay, Port Bannatyne. And this guy goes, Gurrock and Round Arran Tours. Nice whiskey from Arran, Scotty. Well, of course, I don't take it now, the Barry, but it sounds fabulous. So there we are. Good to be here. You're a kind soul, says Grady. No, Grady, it's fantastic. Everybody on here loves you. Coming on from Canada, from Nova Scotia. There you are. You said to me the other night, exactly the place. Stayed in Arran above the wee bakers across from the wee beach. So there we are. What wee beach? What wee bakers where? Because Arran's a huge place. Grady Beckel in Canada has joined us. They make soap there in Arran, yes, and Arran cheese is beautiful as well. Arran cheese. And I think the Montroses and the Hamiltons probably, Ian, I need to ask you questions about this. Was it a Montrose or a Hamilton house? Did a Hamilton marry a Montrose and they had Brodick Castle? Is that right? So there we go. Now, nice families, both the Hamiltons and the Montroses. The old Duke of Hamilton wasn't so popular because he was the one that kind of signed Scotland away. Is that not right? Brodick, evening, Grady. I need to try Arran cheese, says Xander Derek. I think you'll love it, Derek. Hello, Grady. Welcome, welcome, says the lovely Catherine Raven. Catherine's looking after people tonight, doing her very kind stewardess bit. Thank you, Catherine. Very, very welcome. Right, I'm trying to get on to Skype. Grady, you can always Skype us. It'd be lovely to hear you. So there you are. Thank you all, says Grady. Wonderful man. And an excellent addition to our stream, guys, from Canada. And last night we had a lovely guy on from India. And then we've got somebody watching in Amsterdam right now. There we are. Catherine sending a heart. Right, I just need to get this sorted, guys, and then we are in business for Skype. Okay, cookie. Right, there we are. Oh. Now, what I'm going to ask you, Ian Quinn, so don't you ever dash off, please, is when these boats, the Duchess of Montrose was launched in 1930 at Denny's. The Duchess of Hamilton was launched in 32. Did the duchesses of their day actually launch these vessels? Were they invited to launch them? I mean, I take it they would know all about them at the time, because most Scottish steamships were called after members of the aristocracy or the monarchy. 1901, you had the King Edward. 1906, you had the Duchess of Argyll. 1911, was it, the first Queen Alexandra? Then the Marchioness of Lawn. That would be called after Princess Louise, Queen Victoria's daughter. So they are the King George V, the Queen Mary, the Duchess of Hamilton, the Duchess of Montrose, the Countess of Breadalbane would be Lady Breadalbane, a Campbell, living up at Taymouth Castle. To Fort William and the King George V, Scotty, was the McBrain connection. Lochfine spring on Fort William. The Maid of Cumbria became the car ferry. Sorry, I got that wrong. So there we are. The maids, well, are the maids not now in some exotic place and they've been all changed? I'm sure there's stuff out there, the Lochern and the Lochmore. Did you check out the reverse gear on the Lochern and the Lochmore? Because I have it on very good authority, they didn't have it. So there you are, very, very strange. I remember nearly missing the ferry at Mulligan going over to North Uist. Some scary roads in North Uist, very steep. I've never been, Tony, dare I say. Tight, twisty, single-track roads with no passing places. Mrs. Mac was terrified. And I take it you're a very good driver, Tony. Were you driving? Try again, says Catherine. What's try again? So there we are. I tried to call once, but the quality was lacking, unfortunately. Try again, Xander. Yes. Give us a wee ring on the Skype. It's all up and ready, so I believe. There we are. I'll just check. Yes. Oh, yes. Very good. There we are. So you can Skype Scottie Mcclue at Scottie.Mcclue. You have to be on the trusted list. And we're hoping Ian Quinn will come out of the Steam era and come and give us a call some night. That'd be fabulous. What's the time? Gosh, 9:20. Can you believe it? So there we are. And I was sending out another. I was supposed to be sending another share because otherwise people don't know we're on. Has everybody shared tonight, guys? Please don't get blasé about sharing and liking and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe because I'm only getting maybe half a dozen subscribers a night. We need a lot more than that. So there are. We need people to subscribe, and to tell 10, to tell 10, to tell 10 to subscribe. Grady, hope you get through. There we are. Fantastic. Scotty, what are you doing for your birthday? I think we'll just have a quiet day in. The dog and I will celebrate quietly. That would be rather good. So there we are. The Lochiel sank in West Loch Tarbert in 1960, but they patched her up, didn't they? And the Lochiel then, was it the Lochiel that went to Bristol as a floating restaurant? In fact, I think she was still around to quite recently, eh? Scottie.Mcclue 1, no, just Scottie.Mcclue. Hello? Hello? Alex? Can you hear me? Hello, Alex? Hello? Can you hear me? We can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Alex. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, lovely.
The call last night was not very good.
Yeah, the call quality is very good on here.
Skype is rubbish.
Is it also good? Okay, we'll let you go and we'll catch up, but lovely to hear from you. Fantastic. Sounded clear as a bell. So there you are. Excellent stuff. Sounds good. Yeah, sounded great. Here he comes. Let me get him again. So there, it's sounding perfect. There we are. You'll maybe come back on. Wonderful. Right, give us a call. No, Grady, if you're coming on, it's just Scottie.Mcclue for Skype. Sorry, Scottie, my Skype doesn't work. Xander, it was working absolutely fine. You were as clear as a bell. You were saying it wasn't sounding good. Sounded great. Kareem says, Scottie, happy 21st. Thank you, Kareem. Wonderful. Right, who have we got here? The maids never went to Oban. The Grenadier went on fire in 1927 at Oban, and the master was lost in the fire. Is that right? If I remember, Ian. And I don't think, did I say the maids went to Oban? No? Don't think so. I think the maids went to Ardrishig was what I was saying. One of the maids, I think they put on the Ardrishig run near to the end. Was that right? They'd maybe withdrawn the Loch Fyne by then, you see. I stayed a weekend in Loch Gilpit. What a beautiful place. I would again. I used the gym at the school sports centre. Very different to Glasgow. Absolutely lovely. I know Loch Gilpit very, very well. So there you are. Both my parents were from there. I was driving in North Uist. It's so beautiful and well worth it. Tony, fantastic. Well done. I don't know North Uist at all, or South Uist. Have you ever been to Barra? There we are. That's the one. Haha, great conversations, says Captain Contagious. So sorry, Scotty, my Skype doesn't work. Xander, your Skype works a treat. It was perfect. We could hear you very clearly. Scottie.Mcclue to Skype. Yes, Scottie.Mcclue. Don't forget the dot, and you can come on and have a chat. More sharing, guys. Share, share. We'll have to get a nice clip for you tonight. So there you are. What clip could we get for tonight, I ask you? So there we are. There we go. Let's see what we've got on here, guys. And we can get you a nice clip. Oh, my goodness. I've got all the... Fantastic. There we go. Aha! Hello, Danny.
Hello.
How are you, Dinky Doo? Lovely to hear from you. How's things? You're in Sheffield, yes?
Yes, I am.
You've gone quiet. Are you not talking into your mic?
Is that better, Scotty?
Oh, that's much better. Yes, we couldn't hear a word you were saying. We heard you at the start. Fantastic. How's things?
Yeah, they're good. It's just I went to my dad this weekend. Actually yesterday.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And he's doing okay?
Yeah, he's been great. We watched his stream last night. He was Nemesis. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, lovely. I saw Nemesis on. Brilliant. Lovely. And your lovely mum as well, of course?
Yeah, the one who introduced me to you, Scotty.
Oh, really? So he was the one he knew all about. Was that to the phone-in?
Yeah, it was. He used to listen when you were on BBC. I think it was on Hallam.
It was huge. Hallam FM. It was absolutely huge. A Scotsman telling all the Yorkshire people how to get educated.
Yeah.
Everybody shouting at the radios, "Get him off!"
There were a lot of idiots on there.
A lot of idiots.
Lots of people just coming in to swear.
Yeah, they used to see if they could get a swear word away, but we wouldn't let them. You know, I was like, oh, dear me. I used to say, you should get a life. They go, "Thou should get life." It was brilliant. How are you keeping? Are you coping all right with lockdown?
Yeah, I've just been watching movies and that on DVDs and that.
Good man. Excellent stuff.
Yeah.
Lovely. Listen, it's great to hear from you, Daniel. That's fantastic, because you were one of my first callers on the stream.
Yeah, I was. I've been watching. I've just not been able to get my account working.
Get it? I know it's good, but it's sounding great. Everybody hearing it? Can everybody hear Danny in Sheffield? They'll let us know. What's happening, Daniel. That's fantastic. And tell your dad I'm asking for him. Tell your mum I'm asking for her. Fantastic.
Yeah, he might be watching now. I don't know.
Hey, Dinky Doo, Daniel's dad. Lovely. I'll press on and listen. You take great care of yourself, and thanks very much for joining us. You're a great.
All right, Scott. Have a nice night, man.
You look after yourself, bud. Dinky Doo.
You do, mate. See you in a bit.
See you la. What a top man. What a nice guy. There we are. Ta-da. There we go. Fantastic. And that's it. How would you rate the quality of the call? We'll just say top stuff. But there we are. That's Daniel from Sheffield. Tremendous stuff. And that's how it's done, guys. Nice calls as well, song. Absolutely. Kareem, you'll have to decompress and be able to relax at home as well as holidays. Yes, you've got holidays coming up, Kareem. Inverness is a brilliant place. In Aviemore, here Dan okay. Here Dan okay. Don't know what that is. I think, Jerry, the predictive text has beaten you to that one. Great puality, says Captain Contagious. Tony says Barra is great too. You can get a ferry from Uist to Barra. Lewis and Harris is beautiful too, joined by viaducts. Yes. Now, what's the one that's got, oh no, that's the Churchill barriers. They're up at Scapa Flow, aren't they? That's a different setup. Yes, the viaducts, fantastic. Can you hear fine now, says Catherine. Kareem says, I've never been to Inverness, folks. Also like to see that city. Told it's full of junkies now. Any truth? Every city's got its drug problems. We really should wipe all that nonsense out. That's the thing. Scottie, what was the film you were referring to last night with Guess the Film? Was it when the wee boy went, Yahoo! And his father was played by Richard Harris. Wonderful actor. His father was played by Richard Harris. Does anyone remember Richard Harris and Vanessa Redgrave in Camelot? So moving. These stories, it was escapism, you see. That's why we loved the movies. So what do you think the movie might be? Richard Burton's in it as well. And Roger Moore is in it. And who else have we got in it? Richard Burton, Roger Moore. So many people. I mean, so many great actors are in it. Ronnie Fraser, Scottish actor. Ronnie Fraser's in it. Richard Harris is in it. Who else is? Oh, stacks of them. Fantastic. So there we go. Scottie, have you ever tried any of the Dutch delicacies? Yes, Captain Contagious. Beautiful pastries in Amsterdam. The food is very good. I'm a massive Andre Roux fan. Yes, love his stuff. I'd love to go and see him. Scottie, could you play the feisty young feminist call? Do you like that one? Right, okay. I'll put Scottie Mcclue talks to a feisty young feminist. Right, I hope this one's all right. Tony Mac, you're getting the blame. There we are. A very feisty young feminist, it says. Right, let's see what she's got to say for herself. Now, guys, have we got the... hang on a minute. Oh, there we go. Right, tonight's clip, if you've just joined us, a very warm welcome. You're watching Scottie Mcclue, the world's top broadcaster, the first lord of the internet, and the world's most humble man, live streaming live on the world's top streaming platform, YouTube. Jerry, a lovely part of the world which I've never been to, says Kareem. Catherine, when things relax, I will go up north. I don't want to go to busy places. Scottie, did you see my message on Skype? Not yet. No, I haven't got the messages opened. Xander, next time. Have you been, Scottie, if you did a Scottie on tour in a camper van, who would it be with and why? Sharing a camper van. Oh, hang on. Who have we got here? Hello, Liam. How are you? Hello?
Hey, Scottie. It's Grady. Yeah.
Grady, fantastic.
Grady, actually, but yeah.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. I was reading the wrong name. Lovely to have you with us from Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, Grady is on the Skype live. This is fantastic.
Little lady, I apologize.
This is fantastic. Lovely to have you with us. Can you hear us?
I was just wondering, Scottie. Yeah, I can hear you. It's just a little delayed. If you wanted to hear a song.
I can't do the songs, Grady, unfortunately, because of the copyright. So I don't do the songs.
Okay, you can miss traditional?
But yeah, I can't, unfortunately, just in case we get the copyright problems. They can be very, very strong on that. But thank you. Please don't think that's any snub to you, sir. So there you go.
No, absolutely not.
And you're enjoying the stream.
The backside.
Well, we don't want to lose it because people are loving it. I'm getting a lot of lovely feedback during the day.
Yeah, a lot of people are getting interested, and it seems like you got a great. It's very nice to see.
And you see, we're the most inclusive stream in the world, Grady, so people can come on from anywhere, any background, anything. There are no barriers.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way a stream should be, especially a go-to stream.
No, it seems, yeah.
Just like the delay catch-up. Fantastic. And lovely having you on, not just because you're in Canada.
Yeah, I don't want to keep you from shaking it up.
You're a brilliant guy. It's lovely to have you on. And I loved your philosophies and things like that.
Yeah, my hijacked philosophies, my, what would it be, a cargo cult, like Socratean type of thing.
Socratean, you can't beat it. They were terribly harsh on Socrates. I think they poisoned him in the end,
Yeah, it echoes through history. It sounded like the way that they pinned Christ to the cross, and hopefully YouTube will prevent you getting pinned.
Absolutely. You're talking my language on here. Why do we have a fear of excellence?
I think it's a jealousy problem inherently, and it probably has to do with competence hierarchy and mate selection in a deep sense.
It's very interesting, isn't it? Because two famous Scots got together once. Sir Nicholas Fairbairn, who was one of our very distinguished lawyers and was the Solicitor General for Scotland, and he was also an MP, and restored a castle and used to design his own clothes and was a great man for the theatre. And Maurice Lindsay, who'd been the controller of programs at one of our ITV companies, Border Television, and was the music critic and a poet and a writer. And they got together, and Maurice Lindsay said to Nicky Fairbairn, he said, Nicky, if you do more than one thing well in Scotland, they hate you. And Nicky said, no, Maurice, if you do one thing well, they hate you. And as you say, jealousy manifests itself.
I wonder if it's not around the world.
I bet it's around the world. I bet that was me just localizing an emotion. Now, you see, I don't have any jealousy of any other performers at all, because I think there's room for everyone.
There absolutely is, and I think that's how innovation happens, when we allow people to be free in their creativity.
Yes. A couple of times in my career, which everybody tells me is a very distinguished career and very successful, I have been professionally stabbed in the back, so to speak, metaphorically speaking. And very strange, you think, why?
Yeah, we can think why, but it often just resonates with just that typical displeasure of being second or not knowing everything, and acceptance of not knowing everything is a great place to work from.
Oh, wonderful, because you can never know everything. And I think another great place to work from, Grady, is that every day is a school day and we're lifelong learners.
That's absolutely true, and hopefully mine is as learned as yours, but I'm sure you can speak to that a little more.
Yeah, well, I think that one of the things I've noticed about the stream, we started off by having what we called a few idiots. And they disappeared very quickly, and the intelligentsia started joining us. And you've got people like yourself, like Catherine Raven, like Tony Mack, like Ian Quinn, like Kareem, like Jerry, all these wonderful people on here. We don't have a single idiot.
I know, it's actually quite a high level of discourse and observation. As I read these comments, they're saying they like my accent, and I think it's mutual.
It's fantastic. I love the hands across the sea element.
Okay.
I love the fact that we're all members of the one race, the human race. And it's very interesting.
Absolutely. We the people.
We the people, yes, absolutely. We the people, fantastic. Grady, I'm going to press on, not because I want to press on, but just time will beat us.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for being part of this wonderful stream. And thank you for all your interesting chats. We'll have many more. And I'd love to hear all about your philosophies,
all right,
your ideas. Yep.
Thank you.
I say to you, dinky do.
Dinky do too.
Dinky do, love. What a top man. There we are. That's our Grady. And that was fantastic, guys. Grady's sitting in Nova Scotia there. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I love that. So what we've got here, what song was it going to be? Oh, we should have asked him what song. Grady, yes, put up what the song was. Yeah, you were going to play, Grady. When can I have an autograph, says Massive. Well, Massive, we will get you one. Please, man, says Massive. Massive, we'll get you one. I want the Scottie Magic. I know. Scottie.Mcclue to Skype, says Catherine. Yep. Lifelong learning. Absolutely, Catherine. Like the accent, Grady, says Jerry Nicole. Very philosophical, says Stuart Clark. Great chat. The Americans and Canadians love the Irish and Scots. Take care, friends, says Jerry. Wonderful. I'm used to the accent from my kid adopting it over the Xbox and Shed, making drawing tutorials in a complete Canadian accent. Lol, she gets embarrassed about it now. That was great. That was nice, Scotty, says Jerry. Wild Mountain Time, says Grady. Oh, Grady, we love it. The Wild Mountain Time. But I just didn't want to break with the speech thing. I'd love to be playing your music here. That's again, everyone, says, thanks again, says Grady. Yes, Tony, I agree, says Gavin. Thanks, Scotty. I had to guess. I had to avoid the lag. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, but we can cope with the lag. Don't you worry about that. The fact that we are able to sit and communicate with you, this is way ahead of Mr. Marconi. And the best compliment I've ever been paid, somebody said, Scottie Mcclue has done the most for radio since John Reith or Marconi. Oh, for goodness sake, catch a grip, everybody. Here we go. Right, now, what am I doing? The clip, Tony has chosen tonight's clip, and it's Scottie Mcclue talks to a feisty young feminist. So we'll hear what she's got to say for herself. Fantastic. Right. Let's get lined up here.
Yeah. But there'll be no need for prostitutes if the missus is up to scratch. That's what I say. Absolutely. Now, Kirsty, are you there, Kirsty?
Oh, yes, I am.
Let's do it in Lancaster.
Hello.
Hello, love.
Oof, you got me right tonight, Ned.
Why is that?
Oh, well, first of all, prostitution should be legalised.
Why?
Because, again, the lady said about the taxes, but the amount of money taxpayers spend on prosecuting prostitutes, that would save thousands to go on proper worthwhile criminal justice causes.
So if we legalise it, yeah, we could get the tax off the prostitutes.
And stop paying to put them through the system. These women are victims.
Who's a victim?
They're prostitutes.
Not at all, love, they love it.
No, you're not.
We must do.
You
They wouldn't do it.
You said before, right? You said that child and rapers,
yes,
and all those are sex crimes, and yet prostitution isn't. It is a sex crime, but the emphasis is on the women. That's the only difference.
Yeah, but the women must love doing it, or they wouldn't do it.
Yeah. How can you love doing it?
Well, why do it?
Because they have to. Being forced out, neglected onto the street in situations that you and I could possibly not imagine, and forced to sell the body. And the reason why prostitution exists is because men want it. It's as simple.
No, men only. Men only use it because it's there.
No.
I mean, if prostitution wasn't there, the men would probably put a bit more energy into their marriages.
If men didn't want it, the politicians would have stamped it out a long time ago. It's those type of people that do it. It's take these young girls off the street back into some seedy hotel and molest them. Because what it is molest. Don't tell me that these girls enjoy selling their bodies. They don't.
Well, they must do it, they wouldn't do it.
It's a family molestation. It is a power trip for men. It has always been a power trip for men.
Well, I can't see why, love, because I mean, I don't see why a man should have to pay for sex at all.
Why should they have to pay for sex?
Well, it's tax about for nothing.
Why should they have to? You take everything else from us as a woman.
You sound as if you've got a bit of a problem.
They're our children.
Yeah.
Feed you, look after you, pamper you, and then give you sex on top of
But
it.
that's a woman's job. That's a woman's job.
Not a woman's job.
That's why women are put in the earth. Why is a woman put in the earth then?
To actually live, believe it or not.
Yes, well, that's living.
To provide a fulfilling role in society that men have never let us carry out. They stop us from getting all the top positions in power.
Rubbish.
Please?
Rubbish.
How many female politicians have we got?
Oh, stacks of them.
Not enough.
Yeah, the House of Lords and the House of Commons are stuffed with them.
No?
Well, we wouldn't want a 50-50.
Why not?
Eh?
Because should have been wiped out then. If we had an equal say in everything we did,
Listen,
go down this road.
listen, remember that prostitution only exists because women want it.
So, men want it, sweetheart.
That's what you don't know. The man,
It's a power trip.
it's not a power trip. Listen, how can it be a power trip if you've got to fork out cash?
Because they can buy it. The sense of buying something gives you power.
Nonsense. No, if you get it for nothing, gives you
What's the
power.
point getting it for nothing? You get it anywhere.
Get it for
Pay
nothing.
for it. They pay for it.
Well, exactly. I mean, if the women were doing the job, then we no need for
If
prostitutes.
to get it anywhere, they would.
Well, they can.
Doesn't explain why. That's their fault, isn't it, really? It's their fault, isn't it, really? If they can't get it anywhere, but they go buy it. If they can get it anywhere,
They need to be really
they
rich.
buy it.
Well, because they're daft. They're only buying it as a sort of charity to keep the girls going.
It's got nothing to do with that. It's a power trip.
Not at all. What kind of power, excuse me, what kind of power trip, right, with some sad pap going out playing...
You're quoting the ladies of the street here.
No, I'm not talking about the ladies, I'm talking about the bloke. Right? Some sad pap going out there paying 20 quid, right? And you say the girl's not really bothered anyway, she's only doing it for the money. So where's the power trip in that?
Power trip is because they can't do it at home.
The power trip is going into the house and shouting to the missus, are you up for the love?
But they can't.
Yeah.
Not in situations.
That's a power trip.
Family situation is where men lose power. Outside of your home, they get the power by buying sex.
Listen, the man is king of the jungle, right? Absolutely. No, the man is king of the jungle. No, if the man is not in charge of his own home, where is he in charge? So I mean, how do you know?
In the street, that's why they buy sex.
Rubbish. Listen, no man who's on a power trip would pay for sex.
Well, why do any politicians do it then?
Eh?
Why do politicians do it?
The politicians are only some of them do it, not all of them.
Well, why do some of them do it?
Well, some of them do it because some of them do it. Listen, some of them do it because being a politician, right, doesn't mean that you have to be some sort of asexual freak, right? And politicians represent a cross section of society, so they're going to have sexual weaknesses the same as other people.
Men are not sexually weak. You know what you're saying? Men.
I'm saying people have. No, I never said that. I said politicians, right? Politicians, right? See, it's all enough for you to mock and do, but this is important. Politicians. You're treating it light-hearted. You're just taking the inside of it all.
Why is that?
You're not serious about it.
I am totally serious. I'm
You know, I'm trying to explain to you how the world works, and you're just laughing your head off.
Well, because it's from a male perspective. You're viewing it from a male perspective.
No, I'm viewing it from I'm viewing it from a practical perspective.
No, it's not working for you, so it's
No, what I'm saying is I can't understand, right, why a woman would want to go on the game unless that's what she wants to do as a career.
because men pay for it. Because men want it. Because they're...
So are you saying women are so weak, right, that that's all they can do? If men want it, they'll do it.
Why not? Men do everything for money. Men chase a lot ball around on a pitch for money. That's not prostituting yourself. I don't know what it is.
So what are you saying is footballers are the same as prostitutes?
Yeah. If someone on this world is out for money, now these girls are doing what they can to survive on the street.
Oh,
and that's shaking
I
men.
don't need to do that. They've got the dough.
Fine, will you try raising 2 kids on how much money it is?
Well, I've been signing on. There's no problem. I'll get buying £34.50 a week.
Oh, so that knows what it's 34 quid each to raise 2 children.
Yes, I mean, you know, obviously, but that's gone up now. You get your child allowance. The trouble is a lot of these women can't hack it. They don't know how
A
to...
lot of these women have come from poor educational backgrounds that don't have the chances that other people
Well, what you're saying is...
yourself sitting in that seat have.
So what you're saying, well, I'm from a very ordinary background, but I mean, the thing is, what you're saying then is if we educated the women, they would come off the game.
Well, if they had a try, I don't think anyone chooses that road.
Well, there must be hundreds and thousands of them out there.
Because there are hundreds of thousands of abused and neglected children that run away onto the streets and find this is the only way.
So what you're saying is every prostitute is an abused and neglected child.
But there are circumstances for why those people end up on the street and then they sell themselves. And it is usually, more often than not, because they've been abused by the system, by the parents, by a family friend.
Yeah, but wait a minute, hang on, you've got all this abuse. If I've been abused sexually by a friend, a family friend or a parent or whatever, the last thing I'm going to do is go on the game.
Why not? That's all you know.
And let people abuse me.
If your body has been used for a token like that, and that's all you know, why would you not use it as an incentive to make money?
Well, no, that's what you're saying is they've not got any other talents.
But they don't, because they were too young at the time to realise it.
So what you're saying is if somebody's been beaten about, then they're going to make their living by letting people beat them.
But yeah, because it's the only thing they know.
Can't understand how you come from
It's a
that.
cycle, a vicious cycle that they cannot get out of.
So in other words, so you're saying...
on the street, they have no money, they have no food to eat. They go into a system of abuse, prostitution.
So you're
They
saying...
can't get out because the money is that poor, but they don't have time, and the hours are regular, they don't have time to better themselves, and they're stuck like that. And people in the liberalist and goody-goody two-shoes and all this is saying, all they need is a bit of this and a bit of that. It's no good because...
Well, that's what's happened. That's what's happened by allowing escort agencies to advertise on the telly.
Hey,
Yes?
do that.
And showing violent films.
Sure, there's more violence on the news, believe me. I watched Columbine for 3 hours on CNN, and I saw and heard gunshots. So don't tell me about violence, because I've seen it first time. I've seen them bury 14 children and a teacher. I watched it live. I know about violence on TV.
Think we should put a stop to that then?
What? It happens in the real world. Blacking it out.
But do not think the real world is just reflecting the telly, or the telly is reflecting...
The real world, to be quite honest. The more I hear about gun crimes in Manchester, I'm scared. The more that I send my brother off to school every day, and I think, well, is one of his classmates going to take a gun and start shooting up his fellow classmates?
But what about the real world where the lambs are gambling in the fields, and people are walking along sandy beaches and enjoying the seaside?
But just don't...
Is that
the violent part of society. There is a violent part of society.
Well, how do we put a stop to that then?
Is there stop? There's been violence in the human history, so...
Well, isn't it time to put a stop to it then?
No, because it'll never happen.
Well, of course it will. It will happen if you put a stop to it, won't it?
It's completely unrealistic.
I don't think it's unrealistic at all.
Peace in the world will happen ever.
Of course, I don't
It's
think...
survival of the fittest, mate. And whoever gets there at the top, and whatever left of the planet by the time we finish destroying it, will be the ones that survive and fought for it. That is as plain and simple as it comes.
Do you not think you're sometimes a little bit negative?
I'm not negative, I'm realistic.
I don't think so at all. I think you're talking out your backside.
Yeah, I'm realistic.
Okay, the world's better now than it's ever been. Right, we've eradicated a good whack of disease. Right, we've got in this country we've got a steady economy. We've got top class socialist government.
In this country, look how fortunate we are. Mozambique, they've just been washed out by floods.
Yeah, they haven't.
The international community a week to do anything about.
Sure.
In Sierra Leone, we had a civil war. They evacuated British citizens.
Yeah.
Very nice of us, that is.
Yes.
You know, so you tell me when peace all over the world's going to happen, and I'll tell you that.
Peace will only happen all over the world if you get quality leaders and nobody wants peace.
Quality leaders, there's too many different political systems in the world.
No, you can't just have one political system around, can you?
Well, we've been working peace with it. Look at the Cold War, America.
Well, that's all gone.
So now?
Yeah, now it has. That's finished.
Yeah, and now the third war's kicking off. Don't see that it's not going to happen again.
Well, that's not,
they're that naive.
Well, what's that to do with prostitutes?
Nothing that you told me there, mate.
Hey?
Nothing that you told me there.
Gosh, I don't know. I don't know what you like at all. You're all over the place, you.
Oh, you told me there.
Hey?
You told me there.
I'll tell you.
I can argue you to the death, my friend.
Hey?
I will argue you to the death.
Argue to the death? You see the rubbish you talk, I don't know.
I'm rubbish, yeah. This is from you.
You don't have to talk rubbish, but the thing is, I'll tell you something. You'd find that if these girls decided to come off the street...
They don't decide to go on the street. It happens.
Well, it doesn't happen. They've chosen it as a career. They're career people.
Who asked them if they went at 7 years old, oh, by the way, I want to be a prostitute?
No, I don't think of that. I mean, I think at 15, 16, they think, oh, this is easy cash.
Cash? Oh, yeah.
And I think...
30-year-old man sit there wanting to up you is not easy money, believe me.
Well, I mean, that seems to be. I mean, they don't. I think it's dreadful, actually.
Well, it is dreadful, but it's a state of theft, and you...
Yeah, but I think if the wives and the girlfriends did more of the stuff, then, the prostitution would just stop like that, just like that.
Yeah, because after 22 hours a day looking after your children, feeding you, and whatever else we have to do, wash your basket and wipe your backside most of the time.
You can still... Oh, for goodness sake. So what you're saying is there's no point in having a girlfriend or getting married because they're not up to it.
Don't use prostitutes, because that would make you so much more happier. That's what you want.
What you're saying is that women just can't hack it.
Like I said, women hack a lot more than you.
Women are not up to scratch, is what you're saying.
Oh, excuse me, we are very up to scratch.
Well, I mean, for honest's sake, I can tell you something. 22 hours down the mine, and the husband can still come in and perform, and the woman goes, oh, I've got a headache. I don't know.
After 22 hours on the job, I really will.
I don't know. I mean,
I think you should swap. I think it should be a national husband and wife swap day in reverse roles, and we'll see who wants sex then, shall we? I think we should see who wants sex then, and I'll guarantee you it won't be the man.
I think you're quite bizarre, I think you really are quite bizarre.
You know I'm right, that's something.
Not at all. Of course you're not.
I'm right.
I've never had so much.
Every woman who's listened to this radio station knows I'm right too.
Hey?
Every woman who's listened to this radio station knows that I'm right. You're victimizing the women.
I'm not victimizing at all. I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to bring a bit more life and joy into marriage. I'm trying to show the women where they're going wrong.
Have you ever had sex, mate?
No, my love.
Have you ever had sex? Because
have I ever had sex? Excuse me, the bears in the woods, eh? Have I ever had sex? I don't know.
2 minutes of pleasure does not count out to 22 hours.
Of course it's a pleasure. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it.
I find it a pleasure because I don't have to do the work with that.
Men do all the work. The women just lie there and think of England.
Yeah, for the 2 minutes that they're there.
Yeah, for the 2 minutes, because that's all the women can cope with. I'll tell you, that's the thing. The men would go all night.
I've heard that one before.
No, I think what you've got to do, the women need to wise up, and you'd find the prostitutes would disappear like snow off a dike.
What would you? You know prostitutes then? What about them?
You don't need to. I mean, the thing is, you do not need to pay for sex. I can't understand.
They do.
No, they don't.
They do.
No, they
Not
don't.
just the way that they need to. They do.
No, they don't. Why would a man ever need to pay for sex?
I don't. Because he's not satisfied at all, because he hasn't got the hours on.
Exactly, because the missus is not delivering.
Not sexually.
Yes, the missus is not delivering. She might be great when it comes to carpets and curtains, but when it comes to the 1-2 buckle my shoe in the sack, she can't deliver.
You know what it is? It's because women say no. Because the married woman has the sense to say no. These poor girls, they don't get a choice.
All right, we'll see what everybody else thinks.
Okay.
It's very good to talk to you.
All right, bye.
I like you because you've got a bit of spice about you. Hey, think you do, love.
Thank you.
Think you do.
Right, there we go, folks. Thank you very much for doing that. That was Tony Mac's choice of clip tonight. Sorry, it was a little bit distorted, actually, but let's just catch up with your comments. So there we go. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Right. For those who think they know everything, they know nothing. No one ever knows everything about everything. We need to learn from each other and our mistakes. It makes us better people. Well done, Tony. That's again, everyone, says Grady Beckel. Dinky do. Yes, Tony, I agree, says Catherine Riven. Thanks, Scotty. I had to guess. I had to avoid the lag, says Grady, when we were talking. You done well, Grady. That was cool, says Catherine. First time a show. Let's hear feminism, says Grady. There we go. Right from the start, it's clear you're dealing with a bit of a special woman, says Grady. It's a little bit distorted, Scotty. I know, Catherine. I apologise for that. Nothing I can do about it, actually, though. Can you make it out, Grady, says Catherine, talking to Grady in Canada. I think it sounds like a harpy defending her eggs, says Grady. Catherine's laughing. No Dutch delicacies, Captain, says Grady. Just made a Dutch over for the wife one time. The economy of Puname, says Grady. Ha, Grady, that's a good one. This extremely smart woman has forgotten that male prostitution exists, says Captain Contagious. Good point, Captain. Grady, go easy with those fancy words, lads, says Jerry. Are more likely conveniently forgotten. Ha, so the ladies of the night servicing units. Remember, you used to say to your women, you've got to keep your man puffed out. Absolutely, Betty. Keep them puffed out. He made her dinner. And £1.99 from John Marshall, who says, Dinky do. John, thank you so much for tapping the dollar. The poor lass. So there we are, says ACOS. Betty, do you remember Scotty FM days? I loved when the women went on to demand respect. Then they'd absolutely lose the plot on air. I was just a teenager. I learned a lot, says Catherine. John Marshall, Fast Pat. Gave the boys a good tip for a horse today. So have a hot chocolate for your birthday, pal. John Marshall, that's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Very, very kind. John Marshall's tapped the dollar and sent me $1.99. Ha, it's a test of love, says Grady. I can't just be handing those out to every woman advocating for legalizing prostitution or the grocery store. It would be out of spice and such. Betty says, I do, Catherine. Nice one, John. Yes, very good of you, John. Thank you. Big thumbs up. Betty, my mum had me stand on the phone for hours and hours. It was so good. Happy days. Yes, sorry that was a bit distorted, but obviously it's quite a while ago. Mind your time, Scotty. Oh, my goodness, we're out of time. Catherine Raven's laughing. This is why she's single, says Grady. Where's the last from, Scotty? From Lancaster, I think she said. She was furious. Oh, you got me riled up tonight. Scotty, I can't understand her, to be honest, says Kareem. I'll say good night, dinky do, everyone, and have a good rest until tomorrow night. Happy birthday, Scotty. Glenn Peacock, Manchester accent. Night, Kareem. Take care. Sleep well, says Catherine. And night, Kareem. Get up to Aviemore, says Jerry. Night, Kareem. Scotty, she has a point, says Glenn. Absolutely, Glenn. And we're bringing that point out. This is what you have to do in the radio. You think, if she's got a point, let's hear it. Scotty, have a great birthday tomorrow. Night, says Jerry. Thanks, Jerry. Night to you, La. They're called sex workers and they pay more into the system than pensioners, says ACOS. Bless her, Scotty. She gave her all. She did, Glenn. Super call, actually. Pensioners. Her point is she can make more than you after 22 hours straight of wiping and doing a dance under the blanket for two. Because obviously she doesn't sleep and our kids don't sleep or go to school, says Grady. Yes, if you're not on tomorrow, have a wonderful birthday, Scotty, says Catherine. We might just come on tomorrow as a birthday treat. Are you looking forward to your birthday tomorrow? I'll have a dram for you, says Sean. Thank you, Sean. I don't take it, but please do. I'd better so good night before I'm more trouble, says Anthony. As I say, I don't go looking for trouble. Trouble comes looking for me. Great show. Night, Tony. Sleep well now. Scotty, I just got here. Don't go, says the wonderful Charles McLaughlin. Charles, dinky do. Scotty, dinky do. Have a great birthday, big man. Kareem, thank you. Kareem's put another £1 in. Kareem, this is costing you a fortune. Please stop. There we are. So kind of you. Charles, I'm so sorry you've just joined us when we have to dash off. Fantastic. Well, what a wonderful night it's been tonight. More likes, guys. Grady, thank you so much. Grady's just put $5 Canadian onto tapping the dollar sign. And he says, happy birthday. Have a slice of cake. Grady, that'll be a big slice of cake. I thank you, La. That's so kind of you. More likes, guys, please. Grady, everybody's smiling. Catherine Raven's got a lovely big beam. She's got a beamer on there. Fantastic, Catherine. Wonderful stuff. Charles, what kept you tonight? My goodness me, where were you, I say? Tottenham 1, Man United 1 latest. Yeah, Glenn Peacock, they've been sloping off watching the football, these naughty guys. Oliver with Tam and them, they're away to the football as well. And can you imagine watching football when Scottie Mcclue's on? Tut, tut, tuttity tut, 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 tut. What's the world coming to? Dinky do have a happy birthday, says the lovely Betty McIver. Great being with you guys. Thank you so much for your kindness. Thank you to those that tapped the dollar and said hi. That's very much appreciated always, although remember, Scottie Mcclue is always free at the point of consumption, point of delivery. No penalty for overruled. So there you are. No, penalty overruled, says Glenn. So there you go. Guys, remember, we don't really do football, but it's quite good to get the scores because that'll keep the people happy that would rather watch Scottie Mcclue than watch the football. Dinky do. So were you watching the football tonight, Charles? Is that why you've just joined us? Excellent stuff. Dinky do. And guys, thank you so much for our fabulous Friday night. This is Scottie Mcclue saying dinky do and good night to every single one of you. The goodbye song. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody. Avita, say no revoir, and a cheerio. Probably catch you all tomorrow night, guys. My birthday night. And lovely to have you with us, Catherine Raven. Dinky do, Scotty, take care. Good night, big man. Have a good one. God bless. The lovely Catherine Raven sends a row of hearts. I send them back. Well, ignored. ACOS, what was ignored? Let's look back. We already read it out. Pensioners, says ACOS. I read this. So we weren't ignored there, ACOS. They're called sex workers, and they pay more into the system than pensioners. What else did you think you were ignored? That's 3 times. Glenn Peacock, Manchester accent. We read that, ACOS. So I don't think there was anything ignored, ACOS. No, ACOS has not been ignored, folks. There we are. So I don't know what's going on there. ACOS, you have most certainly not been ignored. You have been read out. Staccato tonight, says Grady Beckel. Yes, absolutely. Because what did you think was ignored? More legato, says John Marshall. Now, are you saying tonight was more legato, or do you want more legato? Staccato legato. Because we'll give you that. Me too, John. Good night, everybody. Dinky do. Ta-ra, lads.